Hey, good people. Happy Sunday. Welcome to the Networking with Michelle show. I'm your host, Michelle Gomez, and this is a special episode. I'm not going to take too much of your time, but I believe this is very important for me to provide you with this information right now. And it's an update based off of my episode on Tuesday, Coaching from Healing with Angela Holton. As I stated in that episode, I met her at the end of April. Both of us spoke at the Women Neuro Conference in New York. And she just has a lovely, peaceful spirit about her. And I interviewed her in May. And if you listen to that episode, I was telling her, I haven't, I did the interview, but I haven't gone back to listen to it. But I do recall I shared my most recent experience with my father, how I reached out to him on Easter Sunday, and then he sent me a text message, and I thought it was a rude text message. I really didn't know what to do, and I was just really tired of initiating the contact with him, trying to make amends. And it was one of those things where, when you're a child and you're living with your parents, you really can't make decisions, right? Even though you think you made a decision, your parents override that decision because they're older and you're living in their house and everything. But they're your parents, right? And not just parents, but with family, I think we give our family a lot more chances than we do, friends, regular people, and definitely strangers. So now at the age of 35, I'm just like, I can't keep initiating because, we start getting into a negative energy. And with life being crazy and chaotic as is, this is one thing I know I don't have to deal with. I can put that on the back burner. So I shared a little bit about that. And overall, it's just a great episode because Angela really did a great job talking about love and forgiveness and understanding, how to create boundaries. And so I released that episode on Tuesday, and on Wednesday I got a call from my dad. And we had a great conversation. So when I answered the phone, I didn't know it was him. I didn't see the name. I knew it was a phone number from Atlanta, and I answered. I probably would have answered either way. And I'm going to get into our conversation. But it was after our conversation, well, much later, I was like, I wonder if he listens to my podcast. Because the timing of all of this was really crazy. And I was like, I wonder if he listens to my show. But anyways, at the end of the day, I know God's in control, podcast or no podcast. But he gave me a call in the morning, and he was like, how are you? How's business? I was like, I'm okay. Business is okay. Could be better. And talked about a few things. Once again, this continuous cycle, trying to decide if I'm going to get a doctorate degree or not. He said I should. Probably one of the best decisions I can make in life. And then he was like, how come we don't talk? And I told him, I just shared my perspective. I was like, I've tried to reach out to you on numerous occasions. You said X, Y, Z. Why should I keep trying? And then I'm like, it takes a lot of energy for me to contact you. And when you sent me that text message, I just felt it was unnecessary. And it's like, why bother? Like, why keep putting myself through this? And I think we both have our reasons. We both come up from a place of anger and hurt, whether it was the initial time or the times that has covered the past 18 years. But I think the most important thing out of this conversation that I had with my dad was the anger was removed, the hurt was removed, and we had a civilized conversation where I felt I was finally able to express myself. It wasn't the conversation where I just kind of catch up, like, yeah, it's good, da 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 da. But I was really able to express myself. And I'm not trying to disrespect him, not saying I going off on him, but just really saying how I felt. And I'm a child, whether I was 17 or 35, it's like I'm the child, and I was not, definitely as a child, I was not in position to overcome certain things, and just very grateful because I felt like for the first time in a very long time, we met each other halfway. He apologized and I apologized. And I agreed to put an effort on creating this relationship or reestablishing this relationship with my dad. And I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for the opportunity to do so. I'm grateful for the conversation. And I even shared this with my therapist a while back, like right after the Easter situation. I think I'm a cool person. I'm kind of like, just talk to me, and we'll work it out. And we had the conversation and it worked out. Excuse me. We had the conversation and it worked out. So I want to say cheers to the best. The best is yet to come. And I'm just grateful. And, you're my audience. I know you listen. And I share that because I want to encourage you. Right? And whatever strained relationship you may have, maybe there was things that have gone that you weren't able to say, or maybe you weren't able to communicate them in the best way. Because we say a lot of things, but what if there's that person you weren't able to communicate in the right way? I just want to encourage you. This is your time. This is your chance to send that email, that direct message, text message, phone call, and make amends. And now my relationship with my dad is definitely different. And sometimes I do believe you can make amends with people, but you don't have to be friends, right? But at least you get that understanding. And so I just want to encourage you, whatever or whomever may be keeping you up at night, or if there's a little bit of bitterness hanging on, anger, or any other negative thing, I just want to encourage you to reach out to that person. Because if my dad, he's stubborn, I'm his child, I'm stubborn. If we can do it, y'all can do it. Okay? So just thought that was, just very, very awesome, very divine timing. And I'm not going to get into the details, but the night before I was at a friend's house and I was actually mentioning, she was asking me, or I had a decent conversation about my father. So the timing of all of this was just crazy. So I wanted to give y'all an update. Be encouraged, be encouraged, be encouraged. On the flip side, if you follow me on social media, I've been promoting my Level Up with LinkedIn course. It will be coming out on Tuesday. I have the pre-sale right now for $97. If you go to michellegomez.com, level up, /level up LinkedIn, but there's some dashes in between each word. Level up LinkedIn. This course is designed for anyone that struggles with LinkedIn as far as creating their profile or completing their profile, how to find connections, make connections, manage connections, whether it's just personal, professional, you're looking for a job, or lead generation as a business owner. I go over all of the systems, strategies, tactics, and tips that I've used over the years. Not just, that I've used personally, but also when I present, when organizations pay me and bring me out to speak on LinkedIn, you're getting all of this. And the good thing is, you're getting all of this with unlimited time, right? Because usually if I'm presenting, I have a short window to give as much as possible. So you're going to have at least 20 videos. I'm going to show you how to create an all-star profile that leads to more views, gain connections quickly and maintain them effectively, create valuable content as a subject matter expert, utilize tools and resources for your job hunt or business development. And not only do you get the 20 videos, but you also get a workbook and a checklist, right? So this is a do-it-yourself. If you're creating your profile, you can go through the checklist, or the workbook will walk you through on how to optimize your profile. So if you're at work, you can print out the workbook, you can write in it, and translate your writing, what's on paper, to online, and have the best LinkedIn profile possible. Okay. And then you also get my LinkedIn presentation from Add to Houston when I was at iHeartRadio in May. So pre-sale for that is $97. It will go up to $149. If you want the checklist by itself, that's available for $7. And then if you want the workbook by itself, that's available for $20. I do want to say, if you get the workbook, that comes with the checklist, a strategy guide, and what I like to call connection scripts, okay? Because we're all about connecting with people, okay? So once again, Level Up with LinkedIn course available for pre-sale up until Tuesday for $97. The price will go up. Now, I don't want to overwhelm you with too much, but if you feel like, okay, Michelle, I don't have time to watch these videos, I don't have time to do it myself, and if you want to hire me, that is an option. I do LinkedIn profile optimization. I will hack into your account, or with your permission, I will go into your account, I will review it, I will make the updates for you with your approval and all this kind of stuff. Basically, I'm going to look at your resume. What's your goal? What's your objective? What are we trying to do here? And the thing about LinkedIn, now LinkedIn's not the sexy platform, right? It's not the fun, visual, cool platform compared to Instagram, Facebook, and some of the others. But this is the platform that when you are on there, when you connect with someone, their job title, their company, the industry that they work in, right? And therefore, you know how to approach them for business opportunities. But if you get an email from LinkedIn message saying, hey, buy my product, and you check out their profile and nothing's there, are you going to even take the phone call? Probably not. That's why LinkedIn profile optimization is so important, right? Because once you have a complete profile, people are more inclined to accept your request and to hear you out. Prime example, I connected with this lady several months ago. I mentioned it in my excuse me. I mentioned it in my Add to Houston presentation if you check it out. And I connected with her on LinkedIn, and we would just message each other back and forth. She's in Louisiana, and she would ask about my presentations, and then I would email her links or videos to her for her to check out. And she would be like, I would love to get you here. And I think she's in Baton Rouge. All of this through LinkedIn, right? And I sent her a proposal, and now I'm trying to do something with entrepreneurs, small business owners in Baton Rouge, or is it Lake Charles? I'm getting my people confused. But somewhere in Louisiana, all because of LinkedIn. And sometimes it's a quick process, sometimes it's a slow process. It just depends. Are you looking for lead generation, clients, media interviews, podcast, referrals? What are you looking for? What's your objective? But whatever it is, I'm sure you can find it on LinkedIn. Okay, so I do LinkedIn profile optimization for $197. That price will be going up this week once the course is complete. So please check that out. I have an option for you, whether it's affordable, low cost pricing, up to something under the $250 mark. So I want to encourage you to check my Level Up with LinkedIn series out. So that's all I have for you this Sunday. Just so grateful once again. I feel like you as a listener, you're part of my community, my family. I have my good news with my father is only to encourage you, right? It's to encourage you, and I also feel that for people that listen to the podcast, there's certain episodes, like you're already invested in me, and some episodes resonate more than others. I got a text message earlier today from a colleague about an episode from almost 4 weeks ago. But the episode with Angela is an awesome episode about love, forgiveness, passion, purpose, and I know it's going to resonate with you. And I know anyone that's listened to that episode, oh my God, her dad, what happened? This is it, right? This is what happened, and all of it happened within the same week, at least for the time the interview was released. So once again, thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. Thank you for everything. Remember, I believe in you, and a personal connection leads to an influential network. Thanks for networking with Michelle.